In early 2019, I was approached by a musician friend called Richard, asking me if I could help record a band he was involved with. We've been going for 7 years, he said, and we'd like to record ourselves to hear what progress we've made. But there's a slight problem, he added. We've over 40 members, ranging from rank amateurs to competent musicians, and many of us are wary of the recording process. Can you help? I went along to meet the band and find out more. My first contact with the people who started the Barn Band was through a local community magazine. 3 string players who were accustomed to playing for services in Bondley Church had decided that they would like to see if there were other people who wanted to play music and perhaps extend their repertoire beyond the hymns and so forth. So they put an advertisement in the local magazine, which I read. They wondered if there was someone of slightly masochistic outlook who could be persuaded to take charge and run the thing. And so I wrote back and said I'd been accustomed to terrorizing children between the ages of 3 and 18 for the whole of a Saturday morning for 3.5 years, and would that be a satisfactory qualification? They replied by getting in touch and coming to see me one evening. It was a very dark evening indeed, in the winter. They came with their hoods up over their heads, in the dark, with their violins under their arm, looking as though they'd walked straight out of Chicago and the gangsters there. I wondered if they were carrying submachine guns. In point of fact, they were carrying a bottle of wine, and we put the violins firmly aside and drank the wine and decided we would meet in Bondley, where the local farmer had generously allowed us the use of his barn. And so we met for the first time in January 2013, and we started with some very simple arrangements, which I did, and it has blossomed from there. After hearing them play and seeing the fantastic energy and love they put into their music, I wonder why we shouldn't film this band, concentrating on the people and using the music in the background. That would cover the issues Richard mentioned and be a better solution too, I suggested. But first I needed to meet the 3 gangsters.
Hi, I'm Paul.
Hello, I'm Tamsin.
I'm Howard. Yes, it was Paul's ambition that when he retired, he was going to play more music.
This is true.
Really?
The whole idea of the advertisement was we enjoyed playing ourselves together, but always wondered whether there was other people out there who were maybe a little bit apprehensive, a bit nervous about trying to play. Certainly not going to go to anything where they need to do, show their qualifications or achievements, etc. We were all purely amateur, just doing it for the love of it. And so the idea of the ad was to pull in or find out whether there was people out there that were like us, like-minded, like a drink, bit of a laugh, but want to play together and enjoy ourselves. And hence the bit about trying to find the masochistic director. Musical director.
Yeah, it seems a bit unlikely now that we went to interview Richard to assess his suitability.
We were quite impressed, weren't we?
Yeah, we were.
He turned out a bit more suitable than we'd expected.
Capturing the spirit of the band and its members was clearly the key to success. So I proposed to Tiverton Camcorder Club that we should make it our project for 2019. They readily agreed. Our plan, broadly,
was to film rehearsals and public performances and gather as much footage as possible, particularly of the players themselves.
Hi, I'm Pat Fishley, and I play the mandolin in the Bondley Barn Band. So I first heard about the band from a friend called Ed, who played a guitar, and persuaded me to come all the way from Bideford to Bondley, which I'd never heard of before, and play with this little band. And I think there was probably about 12 or 14 of us. And this was the first barn. Well, I think the third time we came to play, we'd moved barns because there was so many more people. And about the sixth time we came to play, we'd moved barns again. So the great thing for me about the band, apart from all the lovely people that we meet and all the amazing music we make, is that because I'm not playing an orchestral instrument, it's the sort of music that I would never get the opportunity to play. And so it's absolutely brilliant for me. We have not only mandolins, we've got concertinas and guitars. So one of the great things about the performances we do is that we raise money for various charities. So as well as having fun, we can feel very worthy and contribute, which is brilliant.
Over the course of the year, we filmed the band many times at rehearsals, at various charity events such as at South Zeal and Fairplace Hall, Oakhampton, at Belstone Fair, and a concert in aid of new bell ropes at Samford Courtney Church. At each venue, we tried to use at least 3 cameras, sometimes 5, which was interesting for all of us. It led to over 150 hours of footage and meant that the edit took many weeks. The film eventually ran to 80 minutes and was finally released in June 2020. Lockdown meant we could not hold the planned premiere. There's another documentary to be made about all that, but as we have no more time today, we'll conclude with a quick overview of the Carol concert, the band's final public performance of the year at Bondley Church, right next to the barn where the band was born. It was particularly moving and an apt way to conclude the film and our documentary.
After they had heard the king, they went on their way, and the star they had seen in the east went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was.